So, as you know, my wife is from upstate New York.
Yeah.
And so she told me about...
Wait, really?
I know.
Where did you get married again?
Albany.
Where is that?
That's...
Upstate
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah, that is. Okay, so there's a thing. It's an upstate New York thing.
Okay.
I think it's from Rochester. It's either from Rochester or Syracuse or somewhere in there.
What thing?
It's a food. Or it's not really a food, it's like a...
Are we talking about food right now?
We're talking about food today.
Ooh.
I know, I'm so hungry.
I'm really hungry right now.
Okay. It's called a garbage plate. And it's basically like they open up...
Served
You
by
open
a
up the trash.
raccoon.
You open up the trash.
Yeah.
You take whatever's in there, and you just throw it on this plate.
Delicious.
No, I'm kidding.
Dirty diaper.
So think of it as like a garbage plate. Think of it as all foods you can get at a barbecue. Like potato salad. It could be French fries. It could be hot dogs or
all
something.
on one plate?
They just throw it, like mash it together on a plate.
Ooh.
It's called a garbage plate.
You know what's so crazy?
Sounds good, right?
I've experienced this up at New Paltz.
There you go. So New Paltz, upstate New York.
Yeah.
They
I had
probably
that.
had a garbage plate.
And I couldn't eat it all. I got sick after the end of it. It's
I
like
mean, it looks...
mac and cheese, tater tots,
yeah.
French fries, hot dogs. Just, it was all over the place.
Yeah. So
Pulled pork.
So that's where I thought about this topic
Yeah.
of regional foods.
Regional foods. Oh, there's plenty of those. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Big Spoon.
Little Spoon.
He's a little spoon. So what we do here is we find a topic out of a hat, any hat. We just go over people's hats and be like, what's in here? And we find a topic. Totally random. They're surprised that there was a topic in their hat. And what we do is...
Who put that there?
just like magic. Like, oh, there's a topic behind your ear. Get the hell away from me. But we try our best to talk about them. We have a good time. We sometimes go off topic, as our last episode was definitely
Wait,
all
you
about
didn't
that.
explain the real story, though. We
No.
pick a topic out of a hat.
That's what we... I was just what I said.
You
It
said we
doesn't
pick it
matter.
out of somebody else's hat.
Anyone's hat. There's...
We pick a topic out of a hat, and we don't know what it's going to be, and we
Yes.
just talk about it.
Yep.
We might get off topic.
Yes.
That's fine, because
That's
we're going to do
fine.
some research at the commercial
Yeah.
break, and it'll bring us right back on topic.
Exactly.
So today,
Regional food.
we got to talk about regional foods.
Regional
okay,
food.
so
Okay, I'm so hungry, though. Can we get food after this?
we can. Do you want to just? We can get some food.
Well, I need to get some... I promise I'd be home for dinner.
What time is that?
Like 5, 6. Maybe we can get like little snackums.
We'll figure something out.
Okay, cool.
So we live in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
In specifically
We do?
this right here.
Where?
This city right here is the city of Philadelphia, which
Wait.
of course everybody knows.
We're not in New York?
No,
Upstate
we're not
New
in
York.
New
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Alright, I'm sorry. I'm just...
Everybody knows that Philadelphia is known for cheesesteaks.
Yep.
Have you had a Philly cheesesteak in Philly?
There's 2 specific places in Philly that you're supposedly going to have to get
No.
the best ones from.
Are you going to say Pat's and Geno's?
I don't know. I
You
just
don't-
heard. I haven't
No.
been there yet. I haven't had a real Philly cheesesteak yet.
So-
and I've
so-
been here longer than you.
Going to Pat's and Geno's. Yeah, but you've never lived in Philly, though.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big city person.
So Pat's and Geno's
Huh?
is like going to Sbarro in New York.
Oh, really?
The locals do not go there.
Okay, so where do you go to get the best Philly cheesesteak?
There's a few. There's
Okay.
D'Alessandro's, which is right around the corner from where I am here.
Oh, see, maybe do they deliver?
They don't deliver.
Fuck.
I know.
God.
There's
Man.
Tony Luke's is a little bit more like chain-like, so they're
Okay.
not that great.
All right.
There's Sonny's, which is downtown, that I really like.
Okay.
There's another one that's name I can't remember, but there's a bunch.
Yeah.
And they're kind of more the off the beaten path places.
Okay.
Those are always the best to go to.
Yeah.
So Philly cheesesteaks, great example of a regional food.
Yeah.
New York, we grew up on Long Island.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Egg sandwiches. And I know pizza. We can go back to pizza.
Yeah, sure.
But, because everyone thinks New York pizza, right? But, delis.
I do miss a good deli. Actually, there's a really great Italian deli right next to my office.
Do they do like Kaiser roll, egg sandwich?
No, that's not.
See, that's
not a thing out here.
Nice greasy. You can get on a bagel too. Bagels. New York has a lot of regional food.
So the big three,
specifically on Long Island.
The big three for New York and Long Island is bagels, pizza, and you're gonna think I'm weird here, but Chinese food. I cannot find decent Chinese food.
We actually have a place right around the corner from us that has some of the best Chinese food. I'm not even joking. Better Chinese food than Long Island.
All right, I'll have to come up to eat some Chinese food.
We'll get some Chinese food.
That's fair.
Yeah. Lou Garden, right in Collegeville.
Great.
Delicious.
So all 40 people that live in Collegeville, you have a really nice Chinese restaurant.
We do. They don't deliver, though.
That sucks.
I know.
I'm not going there then. No.
It's around the corner. But really, Chinese food? You really think so?
Oh, it's horrible everywhere else. I've heard there's good places. I've tried. I don't know what it is. Chinese food in New York. So you know what's interesting, and this is more like this is some New York stuff. So depending on how far away you are from New York, will determine how hateful you are of the people slightly further away from New York than you are. Hear me out. What? So people in the city think that city bagels, city pizza, all that stuff is the best.
Okay.
People in Nassau County think that city pizza, city bagels, and Nassau County pizza and bagels are the best. Suffolk County people think that it's New York City, Nassau, and Suffolk have the best. So if you talk to some people from Nassau County that are like hardcore Nassau County people...
Oh, so the further they go out east, they're like, ew, Suffolk
pizza, Suffolk bagels.
Wait, so does it work in the opposite direction then? Because it has to.
What do you mean? No, New York City pizza.
So New York City, right? But then when you go out towards
New Jersey,
like Rochester, Westchester,
yes,
going out,
actually,
do they get more hateful that way?
Because, and don't tell my wife about this. She doesn't watch the show. She's never going to know that I say this.
What the heck? Watch the show.
Yeah, Hannah, watch the show. Dang it. No. So when we go up to she thinks pizza in upstate New York is fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's one really good place that her parents recently found that I love. There's a lot of places that I'm like, I'm not that into this, but...
Okay, so I was on one of my interviews when I was looking for jobs, but that was when I was going to all those weird pyramid schemes.
Yes.
But the funny thing is, I did meet one cool guy who was interviewing me, even though, God damn you and your pyramid schemes, but this guy was from Long Island, and he used to be a chef.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me one of the things, and it makes so much sense now, because you can tell when your pizza here, it feels different when it's cooked because the dough is kind of fluffy and mushy at the same time, whereas pizza on Long Island has got that nice kind of flat crust on the bottom. Mm-hmm. It holds together really well. That is because people out here cook the pizzas on a fucking pan instead of putting it straight on the oven.
Well, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, and so they'll put a little extra flour into there to keep it.
I thought you were going to say the water, because...
that's a myth, apparently.
Well, they've said that the chemicals in the water here are different than the chemicals they use in New York.
It's hard water here, sure. But if you get, a water softener, you can get the same effect as the Pine Barrens.
I suppose.
So I think a lot of it is the cooking style.
Interesting.
So now, how about a regional food from Chicago, deep dish pizza?
Yeah. So pizza, actually, there's a very long list of regional pizzas.
Yeah.
So there's California pizza, which is kind of new agey, healthy type.
Let's throw a bunch of stuff on it. It's thin crust.
There's deep dish pizza,
I love thin crust, though.
Oh yeah. I don't enjoy deep dish pizza. I'm sorry, Chicago people.
However, that one place we went to, the one time we got it, that was actually pretty good. Or were we really drunk?
We were really drunk.
I've
been to Chicago. I've been to Chicago a few times. I've had Luminati's, which is apparently like the best place to go. I cannot remember the place we went to when we were there, but it was supposedly very highly rated.
It was highly rated. One of us in our group looked it up and found it.
Yeah.
I remember we were really hyper focused on the Golden Knights game that was playing.
Oh yeah, there's a hockey game. That's right. That's right. This was during the 2018 Stanley Cup Finals, the Golden Knights and the Capitals. So it was very exciting stuff. But it was. I don't know. I wasn't a fan. I could see why maybe people from there would like it. But then there's. Have you ever heard of New Haven style pizza?
Yes.
Really?
I've heard of it. Never had it, but I've heard of that.
So it's funny.
What is the difference?
So it's funny because most people have never heard of this unless you're from Connecticut.
Because I know that from driving through Connecticut.
So next time you're in New Haven, look up a restaurant called Pepe's.
Oh my god, that sounds so familiar.
It's good.
Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know. Maybe I've talked about it in the past. We used to jokingly call it peepees. Like, I'm a peepee.
You ever take the ferry from Long Island?
I used to. So I went to school. Ferry. I went to school in Hartford, Connecticut, right? And so when I first started there and I didn't have a car, I would take a train to the ferry. And the ferry, someone would pick me up. Yeah. You know, either a friend or my parents or something like that. And then once I got the car, then I sort of just drove because it was so much faster than taking the ferry.
It's weird how, like, you'd think it'd be faster, but it's like the leisure of not having to drive through that.
Just build a dang bridge already. Come on.
That's going to be a huge bridge. Can we talk about bridges in an episode?
We sure can. I love talking about bridges.
Cool.
And architecture in general. But bridges.
Bridges.
Let me add that to the list. So anyway, New Haven style pizza.
What is it?
It's basically what they do. Hold on. Bridges. It's probably spelled wrong, but it's fine. No, it's fine. It's spelled right. So what they do is, first off, Pepe's in general, the one in New Haven, the oven is very old. And I don't think they clean it very often. Because it has a lot of, like, old pizza in there. But that's part of what makes it amazing. What's
that black thing back there at the pizza from 1985?
Basically. So the pizza doesn't have much of... It has, like, weird shape to it. It's not a perfect Neapolitan circle. Okay. It's just thrown in, right?
Like a smash burger.
The bottom gets like, burnt, and then they pull it out. And sometimes they slice it into squares, sometimes it's triangles, depending on which place you go to. But it's not bad. Yeah. And so I mentioned Neapolitan pizza. That is your typical circular pizza... And you take it out and eat it. Now, how do you eat your pizza?
I'm from New York.
So you fold it.
Yes.
Yes. Drives me nuts when I don't see people fold a pizza.
Yeah, people here just go like this. What are you doing?
It's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's gonna get.
It's not for me.
You know what's another thing is, and I don't care if other people do it. I don't think this is a regional thing, but like when they dab their pizza.
Oh, to get the grease off of it?
I understand, greasy. Like, you don't want to get... If it's super greasy, it's probably not the best pizza. I bet it tastes really good. No, but your pizza shouldn't be greasy to the point where it's getting everywhere.
Yeah. So what I always tell people, because I've gotten the question before, is pizza in New York really that good? Yes. And so what I always say is...
Saviano's.
Yeah, that's the town. That's where we grew up, is a pizza place called Saviano's. Very good. Anyway, yes. So what I always say to people is, while around here there are some places that have a decent slice, because I did find one.
They're around, yeah.
Pika's Pizza in Upper Darby.
Okay.
It's apparently Tina Fey used to go there. Are you
serious?
I'm dead serious. It's right near where my office is.
Okay, ready for this one?
Yeah.
Flat thin crust pizza.
Yeah.
Jules Pizza.
Where's that?
That's it's further. I think there might be one in Philly, but there's one in Wayne and there's one in North Wales.
Oh, okay.
Jules Pizza.
Jules. I'll have to look that one up.
Yes.
Anyway, so I always tell people that while there is some decent places to get a slice of pizza, there's a whole lot of places that are pretty gross. Right?
And it's funny because there's so many pizza places here.
Yeah.
You would think that
it's not just here, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
There's tons of there's might be one or two places where everyone will tell you like that's where you gotta go. And there's a lot of gross places around.
I have the debate going on at work right now.
In New York, there's no matter where you go, you are guaranteed a decent slice.
Yes.
So the difference, so essentially in New York, it's amazing slice and pretty good slice.
It's good pizza.
In Pennsylvania, it's pretty good slice and terrible slice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's just how it is. And maybe you'll get an amazing slice, but you have to know the right places. In New York, it's anywhere you go.
Mm-hmm.
So
pizza's definitely one. Really, definitely varies. I'd love to learn more about the West Coast, but we don't really know anyone that's been out there for when it comes to pizza out there. I don't even know how.
It's just not that big.
It's just not a big thing.
Yeah, you have like the.
Because you go out more out west, you just get into like barbecue.
So my time spent out West Coast, you see a lot of places, and I always tell people outside of New York, if you see a place that's called New York Pizza, don't go there. Yeah. It's gross. Yeah. And that's huge out west. So many places are called like I Heart New York Pizza or New York. There's one called NYPD in Arizona, New York Pizza Delivery or something like that. I don't remember. Gosh. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, I think the more out west you go, you start to get into more of like the southwestern like diets or like. So, like, one thing I keep seeing is out in California are, like, the Korean tacos.
Yes.
You know what? I feel like they're everywhere now.
I don't know. I've never had Korean tacos.
Korean taco, well, maybe it's not everywhere, but it's like anytime I ever see any cooking show on Food Network, and it's
While we're doing this,
yeah.
Do you want to just order something?
Oh, maybe we should.
Okay. What do you like?
I just need something just kind of time over.
All right.
But let's do something regional.
Something regional. Should we get a Philly cheesesteak then?
Can we get
Let's see if it gets delivered by the end of the episode.
That's cool. That'd be great.
All right. I know exactly what we'll do.
All right. So maybe I'm mistaken with that one. With like I think because I just it's Food Network stuff. But the other thing that I'm thinking of is when we went down south and the different places to get vegetables like collard greens.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So my brother-in-law, David, like he'd be like, oh my God, collard greens, I love those. And that's like, that is one of those things you do not see anywhere else. And you can't even really buy collard greens much anywhere unless it comes from, down there. I'm trying to think, what is another thing?
So grits. When I was in Charleston,
grits.
They had grits in Charleston,
okay.
And they are amazing. I never thought I would like them.
I tried to make grits here.
Yeah, you shouldn't don't eat grits north of the Mason-Dixon line. That's the lesson I learned.
Yeah, but what if you make your own grits?
Yeah, no. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It's
something with like the equator.
Yeah. Yeah. The winds come through.
Yeah, they touch your grits.
You just don't want it.
Don't touch my grits.
When I was in Charleston, I tried grits.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I fell in love. Any breakfast place we were at, it was like, I need to get my grits. So on the way back from that trip, Hannah and I did a whole like southern road trip. So we did in a span of a week or so, we did Charleston, Myrtle Beach, and Raleigh, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And then we had stopped in Virginia on our way up, and we stopped at a restaurant, and they had grits. And I was like, well, here we go, grit time.
Bad grits.
Oh, they were awful.
Bad grits.
That's when I learned north of, if you're what's south of Virginia, North Carolina, north of North Carolina, just stay away from the grits.
Right.
Stay away
from the grits.
All right. Here's what we want.
Barbecue.
Do you want American or provolone cheese?
Provolone.
I think we'll just split like one cheese.
Let's do it.
Is that fine with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. What's another thing that's regional?
Oh man. Oh my gosh. Barbecue.
That's what I was just saying before. Barbecue.
Pulled pork.
Oh boy. Boy. But you know what? I've had pulled pork up here, and it's not that bad.
Memphis.
So is it really better in other places down south?
Nashville, like Tennessee, pulled pork was awesome.
Was like the thing.
Yeah.
The thing. What about bourbon? That's regional.
Well, that's
not food.
That's not food. I mean, I love my bourbons. Technically, it's not bourbon if it wasn't made in Bourbon County.
Okay.
Right? Just like champagne is made in the Champagne region of France.
Oh, shizer.
Scotch is made in Scotland, right?
Yeah.
So don't make something not in Bourbon County and call it bourbon. It's just whiskey. I mean, there's some things about how it's distilled. I know we weren't supposed to talk about this. Let's just move on.
Okay.
Midwest. If you're ever out in the Midwest, get a steak.
Yeah.
The cows out there. I don't know what it is. Maybe they keep the good stuff, the fresh stuff. But man, a nice Midwestern steak.
So when
soft and
Michelle
greasy.
went to Texas for one of her business trips way back, she said that you could not step foot outside without smelling or seeing a steakhouse. They are just everywhere.
That sounds about right.
So many cows are being eaten there every day. And it's like, over here, I get my chicken every once in a while. Chick-fil-A.
I mean, I don't really
Chick-fil-A.
eat meat, so like that, I don't have that issue.
What about vegetables that are? Because we were talking about collard greens before. What are another thing?
Fried okra.
Fried okra. Where's that at?
Okay, that's a big Texas thing.
Okay.
So now you're starting to see it up north here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I assume they grow it in Texas. So my dad and I, we did a road trip, and we were stopping in Amarillo, Texas, which the claim to fame for Amarillo, Texas is that's where you go to stop when you're on a long car ride. Because there's nothing
else
there.
Oh, no.
Tons of restaurants and hotels, essentially, right? It's a big strip. Anyway, so the whole time we're on our way there, we're dying for a nice Texas steak. And this big ice storm hits. There's cars flipped on the side because they don't know what to do when there's an ice storm. And so we get there. Yeah. We already knew what restaurant we were going to, what steaks we were getting. And we're talking to the guy up front. And we said where we're going. And he's like, I wouldn't go there unless you like trucks hitting into the side of you while you're eating. We're like, what? Apparently that happened. So we went to a different place. On the way back, I was by myself. And so I drove through Amarillo, stayed in Amarillo, and decided I'm going to this steakhouse that we didn't get to go to. And so I'm sitting there and I'm talking to the waitress. And I basically said to her, I was like, listen, I'm not from Texas. I'm from New York. Like, what foods do you recommend for me? And she listed off a few different things. And the one thing that I'll never forget is she said, fried okra. You will not be disappointed.
Now, from my understanding is fried okra, if you don't cook okra correctly, it gets slimy.
Kind of like a Brussels sprout does that too.
Brussels sprouts, I don't know about slimy artichokes, maybe. I like to actually... Okay, so I know this is a little off topic. Can I tell you what I made 2 days ago for dinner while I was home by myself? I wanted burgers, but I wanted to spice up my burger game.
Okay.
Not really spice it, but I put something in it that I feel like now needs to be in every burger I ever make. Can you guess what I put in my burger?
What did you put in your burger?
Something red.
Ketchup? What's wrong with ketchup on a burger?
No, I mean that's on a burger. I put that on there, but it was in my burger meat before I threw it on there. I like to do smash burgers where you literally just roll it, just go, you know what I mean? Let it just sit there. Yeah. So it's kind of a little more thick, but it keeps all the juices inside because all you do is just you make it totally cooked all the way around. I shredded up a beet and put it in my meat.
Oh, nice.
And it literally so the hard thing was I couldn't tell if it was done or not because of how red it was. But this is a burger that even once it's fully cooked and everything, and because I saved some, even after I microwaved it, it would still bleed because of the beet juice. And it was actually delicious.
So I had a veggie burger once. So
I wonder if they do the bleeding with beets with the Impossible Burger.
I don't know, but what I will say to you is if you ever decide to go on veggie burger,
I love veggie burgers.
Don't get the ones that are meant to look and taste like meat burgers. They're disgusting. Okay. And you're just lying to yourself. If you think those taste like meat, you are lying to yourself.
Burger King has the
Impossible Burger. Yeah, they're not great.
You tried one?
I haven't had the Burger King ones. I don't go to Burger King. Actually, you know what's funny? Is we went to Burger King for the first time in years the other day. Wow. Totally forgot about the Impossible Burger.
Well, they just came
so I had French fries and I had a little bit of chicken.
I love Burger King's French fries though.
So I really like Dr. Praeger's veggie burgers. Those are the good stuff. Because they'll make Asian, it's Asian vegetables. Or black bean burgers. That's where you should be going if you're going the veggie burger route. The greasy ones, it is disgusting.
Remember Fritz? In New Hampshire?
French fries. The French fry place.
The French fry place, but they also had a veggie burger there. When we went there, you didn't get it?
I wasn't vegetarian then.
Oh, that's true.
That was years ago.
But that was like what I kept telling people, like, gotta get that.
I'm a terrible vegetarian, just so you know, because I'm about to eat a cheesesteak. I just said I had chicken the other day. I'm an awful vegetarian.
You just said you don't eat meat.
I know. I don't. So I always tell people I kind of don't eat meat, but like I really love meat. The other day we were at the Phillies game.
Yeah.
And I really wanted chicken tenders. Oh man, were those some good chicken tenders?
That was a good day for you to go there too. Like that looked like a beautiful day to be at the Phillies game.
Which one? Because I've been twice in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, well, the last ones I saw you posted pictures on.
That was the time we got to sit in a box. That was awesome.
That was
tons of free food.
Yes.
The last one we went to, it rained like we sat in the rain.
Oh, see, I didn't see that,
which was really fun.
Yeah.
It was me, Hannah, and a friend, Brendan, who's actually starting his own podcast. But I told him I wouldn't promote it on the show because he's not sure when or if he's still starting the podcast. The last I talked to him.
Look out for a Brendan.
It's called Lightning Shark Bloodbath.
Oh, you told me that.
I did. Anyway, all right. So we got way off topic.
Okay, we got food coming though.
Yeah, we have food coming. Ribs, St. Louis ribs.
What? No way.
No, that's not what I ordered.
Okay.
I'm saying if you're in St. Louis,
yes.
No regional food. No, I said we're going to cheesesteak.
I'm just so hungry. I want to eat it all.
We're getting cheesesteak. We're going to split it. There's some French fries, and
yes.
I had to hit a number for the order, so I also got mac and cheese bites.
Very cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Mac and cheese bites.
That'll hold us up.
Anyway, so what is this,
St. Louis ribs.
St. Louis ribs.
Yo, yeah.
Ooh.
We went. So a lot of these places. This is very common amongst barbecue places.
Yeah.
Because they make their food like over the course of 12 hours. A lot of them slow cook.
Yeah.
They buy enough meat for the day.
That's why they close like once they run out of meat.
You run out, they're done.
They're done.
Remember we had this experience in Savannah.
We did.
Where we were like, well, what if they don't have
and
it?
they're also not open. They're not open until a certain time of night because it's like they're cooking it.
Yes.
It's already ready to go.
Yeah. So they might be open for like a period of 3 hours.
Yeah.
If you don't get your ribs in those 3 hours, or if they run out, that's it. You have to go back tomorrow. Try again.
Remember we tried to do that and we couldn't get in because of that, and so we had someone or else bring food to us.
Yeah, I think we ended up doing delivery.
Yeah,
if I recall.
I like the first night we were there though. We just grabbed some meat and cooked it on the pan, and it got so greasy.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we made steaks, but
that was a good trip.
That was a good trip.
Anyway, so yeah, That's about what I can think of for regional foods. I'm actually excited to do research.
Because I feel like there's so much more that we don't know because we haven't been there.
I already know that I literally don't even need a lot of time for research. There's a giant list that I know of regional foods that are going to blow your mind.
I'm ready for it.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay.
See you in a second.
Hi friends, I'm Nick Drago, host of Sports with Nick Drago. Are you looking for a podcast that's going to give you all the sports news and information and just have a lot of fun doing it? Well, this might be the one for you. Sports with Nick Drago. We're on every Sunday, and you can find us on Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter, and the YouTube. Just type in Sports with Nick Drago. That's me. We'll talk all about some sports. We'll have a little fun, maybe some laughs. You know how it goes. You can find us wherever you like to listen to your podcasts.
And welcome back to the show.
Back and hungry.
Oh, we're so
Is food coming?
It's on its way. It'll be here at a point.
At a point.
Yeah. All right. So regional foods. There's we looked up a bunch.
Why didn't we say clam chowder?
I know, New England and Manhattan clam chowder.
We just totally forgot about the East there.
Which one do you like better, New England or Manhattan?
Okay, New England.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and we went up to Portsmouth in New Hampshire on our anniversary trip, our second anniversary, or first anniversary, and yeah, we went up there and we were just trying clam chowder all over the place. It's so good.
Did you get any Maine lobster while you were there?
No, unfortunately. Well, think about it. Maine lobster, it's still expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, but not in Maine.
Well, this is New Hampshire.
You could have just driven up the border.
There's no way I'm doing
It's like
that
an extra
shit.
20 minutes from
No,
New Hampshire.
it's definitely not.
From the New Hampshire beach, you're right on the border.
New Hampshire, Portsmouth, Maine. It's a long trip.
But hold on a second.
It would be like 2 hours or so from Portsmouth to get to Maine.
Portland.
Probably 3.
Really?
That's a distance.
Oh.
How long does it say?
This doesn't make sense. It says 7 hours, but it also says it's from Boston, so that's not right.
That's wrong.
All right, so some of the ones that I found were, from my Connecticut days, steamed cheeseburgers.
Ooh.
So what I like about a steamed burger is a lot of the grease actually stays in the
Inside
burger.
of it? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's really like drippy. It's good though. I'll do it sometimes on the stove.
Oh, okay.
But it's one of those things where I didn't realize there was a Connecticut thing until I had already been living there like 5 years and I was watching Food Network. And I think it was Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. They were going on and on about Connecticut steamed cheeseburgers.
Wow. Can I see a picture of that real quick?
Yeah, that's it right there.
That's
good.
That's
pretty
good. Yeah.
This was one that we should have mentioned, being in Pennsylvania. Scrapple.
Yes, Scrapple.
I personally think it's disgusting.
And Scrapple and also pork roll.
What's a pork roll?
Pork roll is like Spam, only it's like
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of just its own thing.
So Scrapple is the leftovers of like the pork and ham and stuff on the grill that they kind of just put it in and like mush it together with some wheat and flour and cornmeal and wheat flour.
Yeah.
And some spices, and then they just kind of give you this congealed loaf of stuff.
It might be meat.
I think it's disgusting.
So speaking of Scrapple, pork roll, and Spam, and I used to make this, not knowing what the actual name of it was.
Yeah.
Spam sushi. It's called Spam musubi, if I'm correct there. And it is actually really, really good.
I've never had Spam before.
Exactly. Hawaii. It's from Hawaii.
So I was going to say, most people I know from Hawaii love Spam because that's all they can really get there. Or for a long time it was.
Yeah, and it's since the 7-Elevens you can get it there too.
Mm-hmm.
And so it really is just like you grill a piece of Spam, you put it on some rice, wrap it around with like some seaweed, which is called nori, and that's what it is. And I've made this before, and one thing that like in Japan we kind of had something similar, our rice balls there, with a little piece of like Canadian bacon on top, and right in the center of it, a little dollop of sweet mayonnaise. So good.
That does sound pretty good.
So good.
What about this one from our Savannah trip? Hush Puppies.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, totally.
Isn't that totally like, how are we forgetting these?
Boiled peanuts was also a big one while we were there.
We did have that. I wasn't a big fan of it though.
Yeah, it was okay. I just wanted to try it.
Stromboli is a Philadelphia
Yeah, that's
thing.
a Philly thing. Strombolis.
Yeah.
Stromboli. What about, have you ever heard of a Frito pie?
Oh.
So it's chili, cheese, corn chips, typically Fritos.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll put in salsa, beans, sour cream, onion, rice, or jalapenos into like a big casserole.
That sounds like a heart attack.
That's a big Southwestern thing. So I know we were trying to figure out some Southwestern
Talking about
foods.
baked beans.
While we're talking about the West. Oh yeah, I was going to say baked beans
Boston
too.
baked beans.
Boston baked beans. Yep.
What is liver mush?
Something I don't want to eat.
It's North Carolina.
That figures.
A dish made with pig liver and other parts mixed with cornmeal formed into a loaf and fried. Why is it always like leftovers?
So, if I were to ask you where the vegan capital of the United States is, where would you guess it would be?
Oh, man.
As soon as I say it, you're going to be like, of course.
Is it New York?
No.
Because think about it.
Portland, Oregon.
Oh, you know who lives in Portland?
Who lives in Portland?
Ryan.
Liznov?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yep.
Okay. Well, there we go. We know someone in Portland. But yeah, of course that figures.
Yeah.
So yeah, vegan capital of the world.
Wow.
So you're looking for good vegan food, Portland's a place you want to go.
Portland. Vegetables.
We didn't talk about some Louisiana, some Cajun Creole food.
Oh, do you remember when we were in Georgia and that little hole in the wall place we went to?
Yeah, they had gumbo.
Oh,
and,
that place was so good.
Etouffee.
Yes.
Which was I was going to bring up. What's the oh my gosh.
Jambalaya.
Jambalaya. What am I thinking about in New Orleans? The beignets. in New
Beignets?
Orleans.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I was there as a child.
Yes,
During Mardi Gras.
I know that story. We don't need to go into that story. Not appropriate for the children.
No. Children, close your ears. What am I looking at? Beignets?
Yeah. And while you're doing
beignets.
that, I don't know. It's like the name Ben and then
Beignets.
Yeah, they're like
French Quarter. It's like
it's like a powdered sugary.
It's like funnel cake only in little balls.
Yeah, but they're really like soft.
English fritter.
Have you ever heard of an Arizona cheese crisp?
What is it? Just cheese?
It's literally a tortilla.
Yeah.
Covered in melted cheese.
Wow.
Very popular.
Are they just? They're just really trying to be.
A lot of times, what they'll
original.
do is make it more like a pizza.
And then make it. Then it's a pizza.
So they'll put like pizza toppings on it. So I've had like Mexican
Yeah.
pizza. They called it. I know. We're rooting it back to pizza. Any others? Do you have any others?
What was it?
I went through the big ones on my
whatever
list.
ham dog is.
Oh.
Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi. A hot dog wrapped up in a hamburger patty and deep fried, topped with chili, cheese, onions, and a fried egg, and served in a hoagie roll.
I literally have to fart just hearing that. I cannot believe that people eat that. I gotta say, after what's
funny is I did talk to someone. I talked to Michelle, and I was like, it'd be a really cool thing. Like you're cooking, like get a hot dog, and this is actually a thing, and it's a pickle. So a hot dog, and you like hole out a pickle, put that pickle on top of the hot dog, and then you put like dough on it, and you deep fry that.
Oh. I do like fried pickles. Those are really good. I don't like regular pickles, but I like fried pickles because of course when something's fried,
the green tomatoes, deep fried green tomatoes, those are good.
All right, that was a good topic.
That was a good topic.
Made me
so
super hungry.
How much time is left on that food?
It could be another like 20 minutes or so.
Okay, all right. So maybe in the next episode you'll see us eating.
Yeah,
and,
totally fine. We're gonna eat. We're gonna eat next week. We film these back to back to back.
We do 5 episodes at a time, as much as we can get.
Yeah.
And then we, bank them up, and sometimes we'll do some recaps.
Yeah. So next week, enjoy the lovely view of us eating cheesesteaks. So it's like a 2-part thing, right?
It's a 2-part thing.
2-part thing.
But it depends on the topic. It might be a little out of order.
We don't know what it's going to be. I'm really worried. We'll find. Let's make a deal right now.
Yeah.
Whatever it is,
yeah.
We're going to relate it to.
Well, that's what we do. We didn't do that thing with the recurring roll where it always goes.
Remember
back to
when
it.
we were kids and we ate pizza at Saviano's?
Oh,
I know. So much better. See, now we've connected to our past. We did it.
I'm sad now. I want to go back there.
You can go back all the time.
That's I can. Anyway, guys.
Okay, yeah. We're fine. We're fine. Whenever I go home...
We're going to start crying.
Whenever I go home, we get pizza and bagels, no matter what. And
Michelle had pizza when she was there, but they didn't have bagels. They're very sad about it.
Okay, does she still go to B&B Bagels?
Yeah.
Just tell her to stop going there. They're disgusting now.
What happened?
Bagels.
I was just there.
Remember Bagel Doctor?
Yeah, they got better.
It's called Bagels by the Bay now.
Oh,
and
really?
It blows B&B out of the water.
Okay, so just go a couple of minutes away to go grab that.
Because we used to go to B&B, and I hate their bagels now. They don't make them. They used to get up early, make them in the morning. You could watch them making it. And what they did was they expanded ever since the fire, and so now there's lines of people, and you have to text in your order. It's
wow!
awful.
So that just happened.
I hated it. This happened at least a year ago.
So Bagel Doctor is still the same people. It's just they changed it.
No, it's a new person bought it. Bagel Doctor is done. It's called Bagels by the Bay now, and it's amazing.
All right.
Go there, you won't be disappointed.
Bagels by the Bay.
Bagels by the Bay, Oakdale, New York.
Yes.
All right, friends. Thank you for joining us. Special thanks, as usual, to Johanna Albert Drago. I know, I can't remember my wife's last name anymore. Johanna Drago. She did the set design and logo design for this podcast. Sorry, I have a hiccup. It's trying to come out. All right, we're good. The music for the show is a song called As I Am by Josh Woodward. A link to his website can be found in the show notes. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Podbeam, YouTube, and all your favorite podcasting apps. Again,
email us.
Yeah.
Please.
Email us. wehateforks@gmail.com.
Yes.
Again, All of this is in the show notes, so go check it out. We love hearing from you, your topics, things like that. And don't forget, every Thursday at 7 o'clock on our YouTube channel is our live premiere. You do not want to miss it. You get to chat with me live while our show is premiering and airing on YouTube. So 7 o'clock every Thursday, live premiere. Go to our YouTube channel. Just type in Big Spoon, Little Spoon. Is that everything?
What was our sign off again?
I don't know. Let's just do something different every time.
Higgling ding dong.
Hingling ding dong. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.